SRV records, standing for service records, enable the location of services that are outside of the standard type of DNS records. The SRV resource record allows you to use several servers from a single domain, to move servers from host to host easily, and to designate some hosts as primary servers for a service and others as backups. SRV records are most often used by SIP and XMPP to allow discovery of the service endpoint for a particular domain. From your control panel, you can set an SRV record to your domain by going to My Domains and then DNS Records. To set a new custom SRV record, click on the Add New Record button. Now select the domain you want to set a record for from the Hostmain drop-down menu. If you want to set an SRV record for a subdomain, then fill in the subdomain of the selected domain in the empty field before the drop-down menu. After that, choose SRV for a DNS record type. Here is how the syntax of an SRV record should be like, where name is the domain name for which this record is valid, and we have already selected the domain name, and class is standard DNS class field, which is always in, and SRV is the record. Now let's see what the various values are for. First, fill in the value for the target field. Here you put the canonical hostname of the machine providing the service, in our case the name of the SIP server. Here is how the record string will look now after we filled in more information. Then you need to fill in the service. This is the symbolic name of the requested service, and service is case insensitive. Then is the protocol, the transport protocol of the desired service. This is usually either TCP or UDP. Protocol is case insensitive. Here is how the record string will look after we filled in more information. Weight is the relative weight for records with the same priority. Larger weights should be given a proportionately higher probability of being selected. The range is 1 to 100, where 1 is the highest level and 100 is the lowest. Following is the port on this target host of the service. The range is 0 to 65535. Priority is the priority of the target host. Lower value means more preferred. The range is 1 to 100, where 1 is the highest level and 100 is the lowest. Here is how the record string will look now after we've filled in more information. Finally, you need to select the TTL value, the amount of time an SRV record for a certain host remains in the cache memory of a DNS server. Here is the final SRV string after we've filled in all the fields of the form. Finally, you can enable GeoIP. GeoIP or geolocation detects the location of a user and loads your site from the closest location to the visitor. When ready, click on the Add button. The change will be immediately reflected in our database, but generally DNS propagation takes from 24 to 48 hours to complete on a worldwide basis. Now you know how to add an SRV record to a domain or subdomain.